We lived in the shed behind a family member's house. He would tell us, like, you guys are living under my roof, so you listen to my rules. He would kind of use that to like control us. From that, I realized I never want to depend on anybody else ever again, and I always want to have a sense of independence because I have the money to like be myself and do what I want with my life.
All right, so 27 years old, live off of $100,000 a year in Orange County, California. The first thing that strikes me about this video is that struggle has helped form her into the monster that she is today. And when I say monster, I'm not talking about it in a negative way. I'm talking about it in a positive way. The struggle has helped form her into the person that she is today. She said that they used to live in a shed back in the landlord's yard, and the landlord said, listen, if you don't want to do what I don't want to do, then you can get on out of here. And so she realized she never wanted to live. I'm starting to see a pattern in most of these people that get a lot of money, that make over $100,000 a year on these videos, and that at some point they struggled in their life. And I say that men need to struggle. Men need to go through things. Men need to go through that fire. But I see women being the largest recipients of going through the struggle, and then they emerge like a mother effing phoenix, yo. So let's go ahead and continue the video.
Hi, my name is Kim Liao. I am 27 years old. I make $100,000 a year and I live in Orange County, California.
Again, I don't think that $100,000 is a lot of money, especially when you're raising a family. I think $100,000 at this point, and again, I don't care what they tell you out in the streets. I don't care who is selling you this dream that high value and all of this is $100,000 a year. It's not. It don't go that far. After taxes, especially in California, it's probably the equivalent of $65,000 a year. $100,000 for a single person living in a major city, especially somewhere in California, is the equivalent of about $65,000 a year. So let's continue. Senior financial analyst at a medical device
I think
company.
accounting is kind of universally looked at as pretty dull, but I do like my job. I think I learn a lot from it. It's pretty challenging, so I feel like I'm always learning new things, and there's a pretty good like career growth.
Bro, she got on them same jeans that Obama had on. She got on them Obama jeans.
Dad jeans.
Yeah, she got on dad jeans. I mean, it worked for her because she.
In style.
Yeah, I know they in style. It worked for her, but I'm telling you, those are the same jeans that Obama. Let me see. I'm telling you, these are the same jeans that Obama had on. Let me see something. Obama dad jeans. I don't know how I notice this stuff.
Yeah, that was my big.
Yep, those are it. Look at Obama style. Ooh, Obama had on them dad jeans. Let me just share this really quickly. These are the same jeans. Obama got that good support. He got these Asics. Asics is like the best running shoes. They offer good support. These are the same. She got on these same exact jeans. I don't know what's wrong with my memory. Like sometimes I'm just able to recall certain things. Look at her jeans. Like, she got on the same jeans as Obama. Look, same arch and everything.
Career growth. We lived in one of the biggest cities in China, so we had a lot of fun. My parents' financial situation was okay. They were college professors. We didn't have a whole lot growing up, but they spent a lot of quality time with me, so I had a really good childhood.
See, I don't want to hear it. Kim and her mother separated. I don't want to hear people sitting here telling me about how black families are the only ones that break up. We did a whole video, literally, we did a whole video on the tech lead, And Tech Lead was talking about how his chick left him and went back to Japan. Japan, China, black people, white people, they all breaking up. When you say what the marriage rate is in America, we're not saying the marriage rate with just black people. It's a marriage rate amongst all people. Everybody be getting divorced and separated, all right? So it's not just y'all. Stop running in the Victim Olympics. It's all of them.
So my mom, she's always
Raising a single mother household. This is what it is. Welcome.
kind of worked minimum wage jobs until she got a job at the optometry. So growing up, that was really tough, seeing her have to work so hard all the time.
Modern women. Look at that. Women often at times, more often than not, are the ones that suffer the most when it comes to divorce. That's why when they separated, the mom had to move into a shed. She took her kid and she moved into a shed. This is no different than any of these other women that we see in society, including black women. She took her kid and she lived in a shed.
It was just one bedroom and there were 3 of us there, and yeah, it was pretty cramped. We were there for about 2 years, and then my mom decided to take me to move to another city in San Diego, and we rented out a room in someone's house.
They rented out a room in somebody's house. Mom with 3 kids separated from the baby daddy and rented out a room in somebody's house. Now tell me how that's much different than anybody else or any other environment in which women or men are existing in. Tell me that's any different than any of the rest of these, as my boy DP say, these YouTube talking points. This is no different than anything else. This is the same as everybody else's situation that we see on a regular basis. Really said, not me. Studied economics. What did I just say? What did I say before we jumped on here? I said that they learn the lessons of their parents and then they make the moves. She didn't go into a liberal arts degree. She didn't go into some basket weaving degree. She studied economics and she graduated debt free.
I applied for FAFSA, which is financial aid, and I was able to get...
Well, ma'am. She said, I applied for a FAFSA. It's FAFSA, and you don't apply for a FAFSA. You fill out a FAFSA in order to get financial aid. I'm going to need them to reshoot this and so that she can sound a little bit more intelligent. You don't apply for a FAFSA. You use a FAFSA to apply for financial aid, and then they can break down exactly how much you possibly qualify for, whether you get a Pell Grant, whether you can get some loans or whatever. Ma'am, it's a FAFSA. FAFSA. Am I getting it wrong?
I was gonna say.
Either way, you don't apply for it. You just fill it out.
Right.
FAFSA.
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 It's not that long.
FAFSA.
The F is not that long.
I put an extra A after the F. FAFSA. 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 Say that real fast 5 times. FAFSA.
Okay.
pretty much all of my tuition covered. And also I did work study, which is working on campus. So I was able to help pay for the rest of my expenses through that. At first, I was not good.
Kim knew she wanted to work in finance, but she wasn't always good with money. So that tells me, I don't want to hear nobody tell me, hey man, I'm not good at math. Don't sit here and tell me how you're not good at math. I want to understand what the heck is actually going on out here in these streets. Don't tell me you're not good at math. She wasn't good with money, but she went into finance.
At first, I was not good with my finances. I thought I should drive a nice car and wear nice clothes to impress people I work with. And then as I just kept working in that industry, I learned that people are really good with their finances and they all have houses. And I kind of learned in the industry to save more and to invest my money.
I want to see what this budget is.
My investment strategy is just to keep it simple and just invest for the long term, and also like be able to manage risk. So I invest in a lot of index and mutual funds within my 401k and my Roth IRA.
Smart girl. All right, so let's break this down. $6,000 a month in spending. What did I say? What's the equivalent? She basically has the equivalent of around $70,000 a year. Make 100. This is what she got left. $6,000 a month. Let's see. Mortgage and utilities, $1,475. Cool. No problem with that. Investments, $2,680 a month. I'm cool with that. That means that she's given a significant amount of money to her 401k in order to lower her tax burden. So basically what she's doing is, let's just say, for example, the income threshold or the contribution threshold through your job's 401k. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, 401ks and Roth 401ks are through your job. They are not through your own individual retirement accounts. Your individual retirement accounts are something different. So if you got a Roth IRA and then the max you can contribute is $6,000 a year, or $12,000 if you're married, that's completely different than the because there's income thresholds on that. That's completely different than the requirements for a 401k. The max you can contribute for a 401k in a year now has increased last year from $19,500 to $20,500, right? So basically it's the equivalent of, let's just say $1,800, $1,900 a month. $1,900 a month. You don't want to max out before the end of the year because you want to make sure you get in the match because it's literally free money. Okay. So she's basically contributing, what is the equivalent of maxing out her her 401k, because it probably is matched and it's free money to go along with that. And then she's contributing an additional amount to her investments. And what that does is it lowers her tax burden. So let's just say, for example, you contribute into 401k, you make $100,000 a year, you contribute $20,000 to it. So now instead of being taxed on $100,000, you're only taxed on $20,000. The difference now between a Roth 401k and a Roth and a regular 401k is that the Roth 401k is pre-tax and the regular 401k is, the Roth 401k is post-tax and the regular 401k is pre-tax. So you can get the tax benefits up front from the regular 401k, and that your adjusted gross income is actually less, so you're being taxed less now. Or you can contribute still the $20,500, including the match, right? And then what happens is it's post-tax. So they take the taxes out now, but it grows tax-free so that when you start to draw from it, it's not actually costing you any money. So again, y'all might need to rewind this episode just to get the insight into what it is that I'm telling you. And then you can join a Patreon and we go much deeper than that. Way deeper than that when it comes to talking about money. Investments, $2,680. Liquid savings, $1,000. So she's putting $1,000 a month into a savings account. I don't like that. I don't like that. She can literally put it into a brokerage account and she's not actually getting any money on her investment, but you can put it in a brokerage account and it acts just like a bank account because they'll give you a debit card and everything. And you can have access to it while investing it. And then you can still be liquid and get it in your back in your brokerage account between 1 and 2 business days if you need access to the money. It's not smart, but it's not too bad. Discretionary, $350. Food, $224, which is really, really low. That's really low for a food budget today. Gas and Ubers is $119. So she don't have no car note. $35 for subscriptions, $40 for a phone, $80 for insurance, gas and Ubers, $119. Whose Lexus was she driving? She's using a gas and Uber. I'm telling you, she had a Lexus earlier in the video.
And then as I just car and we're not finances.
That is an ES350. I know my cars. That's an ES350 Lexus. So unless she paid it off, whose car is she driving?
Houses, and I kind of learned in the industry. Then strategy is, right?
Ooh, she said, I get me a white man. She got her a white man. Look at that. He already thinning up here. She said, I got me a white man. Met her husband.
He is a research and development engineer at a medical devices company. We always joke about how he wants to better the world through science and technology.
Look at them. They got on matching shoes. Honey, you're going to have to shut that door. She up in there and they're getting ready.
About how
they literally, oh no, Freaky Jason. They got on matching Converse. Nope. We're not wearing matching shoes. We're not wearing matching track outfits. I don't want a shirt. I don't want a shirt to say that have a finger on it pointing to my wife, talking about hers and hers say his. Nope, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. But he get into that bag.
he wants to better the world through science and technology, where I just want to make a lot of money.
Couple keeps their finances separate since they have different financial goals. There is no one way to skin a cat when it comes to marriage. You don't automatically have to combine finances. You don't have to automatically say whatever it is that y'all want to do. Hey, we need to do this, so on and so forth. She said, I got different financial goals. I just want to make a lot of money. He said, I want to change the world. So they keep their finances separate, but they get the benefits that come along with marriage. I'm sure they understand what they are.
His biggest goal is to have enough money to make his own business in the medical devices field. And my money goal is to be financially independent and retire early, and also help my mom financially.
Yep.
So we do have different goals.
Kim and Greg used to struggle to split expenses, but they found a solution. I'm curious as to what that is.
So we decided to get a joint credit card, which pretty much solved all of our problems. Like, we never felt like someone was paying more or less, because we always split completely 50-50.
I just had a whole show. I literally just had a whole show on, the question was on Fight Club. It was, are men viewing women willing to go completely 50-50 when it comes to everything? Do they view them as more valuable? Because it seems as though what we would identify as traditional marriages from yesteryear is much different than what it is that people are doing today. Today, people are partnering up. They partnering up and they basically getting a roommate with sexual benefits to go along with it. They getting somebody that they can bust down, that at the same time share half of whatever the expenses are in the household. Basically, people are getting partners now, and they're getting the marriage benefits that go along with it. That's basically what it is. They got two different goals. They splitting their finances. They don't have to necessarily be aligned when it comes to you looking at this way and me looking at this way. And so they're basically splitting finances. They're partnering up, and they're having conversations based off of that. This is literally what their marriage is.
So we bought our house in 2019, and we lived with his parents for about 2 years to save up for the down payment.
What? They lived with his parents. He wasn't automatically what they would call high value. He wasn't all. They lived with his parents for 2 years to save up for a down payment so that they can get the mortgage. I will say this. My parents kind of sort of did the same way, and I'm going to read the super chats in a minute. My parents, I remember when we were coming up, because my two older brothers are 6 and 7 years older than me. And the one thing that they did was they said, because they was out there and they was basically renting from somebody else and all of this other type of stuff. And they told my brothers, they said, hey, why don't you come live in this little tiny house? Live in this little tiny house. Oh, me and my brothers, we got into so many fights when they moved back in, because I was still in high school and I was graduating high school. I was going to college, and my brothers moved back in, so that they can stay there for a little over a year so that they can save for a down payment and buy their house. My parents did the same thing. Our parents did whatever they could to enable us as their children to be super successful. So that's what happened.
The house we bought at around $800K and we put down 20%. We're super.
So they put down $160,000, and they bought the house for $800,000 in Orange County, California. Them prices is out of control. $800,000 back when I was growing up in the 90s, you literally could buy you a mansion.
Fortunate to have gotten some help with our parents. So my dad gave us $30,000 because he potentially wants to live with us in the future when he retires, which is.
Oh no. Rita, you hear that? She said they bought a house for $800,000. They put 20% down, which is the equivalent of $160,000. But her dad gave her $30,000 because he gonna want to live there when he retired. Jesus Christ.
It's a pretty common thing in our culture. And also Greg's mom is a real estate agent, so she helped us get the house and gave us her commission, which was about like $15,000, I believe.
Look, check it out. His dad made a retirement investment. Facts. 100% facts. Dad said, yo, I got me a place to live for the rest of my life. Black Tube says, my kids is not living in the shed or someone else's house. I would have taken my kids from their mother. She turned out okay, though. Christopher J says, I personally can't do 50-50, but to each his own. Yeah, everybody got a different way in which they live their marriages. This is pretty interesting.
We pay $3,600 on our mortgage, and at first, $1,000, I believe.
Couple saves on their mortgage by renting a room for the friend. They basically got an Airbnb going over there. That's why they was able to buy it for $800,000, is because they got an Airbnb happening over there. They rent rooms out. Dad is gonna be gave some money so he can live there when he retired. That ain't nothing but an Airbnb.
We pay $3,600 on our mortgage, and at first it was kind of a pretty big amount that we have to pay every month, so that helped a lot.
Got married last year. Spent $6,000 on their wedding. I don't want to hear people keep on calling me for coaching calls talking about, Anton, I got a $20,000 budget for our wedding. Cool. How much you got in your 401k invested? Not that much. Are you contributing for your 401k? No, we use it at the say and spend $20,000 to $25,000 on a wedding. I said, bro, you're making a mistake. You're making a mistake by spending $20,000 on a wedding. Rita, how much do you think we spent on our wedding in total?
Probably not even $10,000.
We spent way less than that.
Probably maybe.
I don't even think we spent I don't think we spent $5,000 on our wedding.
No, probably not. Probably not. Cause my dress was real cheap.
Yeah, we didn't. We might have spent a couple thousand total.
Was basic.
And that's including the rings. We might have spent a couple $1,000s total for our wedding. Y'all making a mistake by spending $25,000 on his wedding. I'm just telling y'all.
Part of the reason why we got this house is so we can have a wedding in it and don't have to pay for a wedding venue.
They spent $6,000.
The flower wall that I'm making for our wedding actually was free. I picked up the branch from a park, then the flowers itself and the supplies, I was able to use a gift card I had for Michael's. Renting it would have costed like $200 or $300.
She picked up a branch off the ground, said, I'm making my wedding stuff.
I bought it online for $350. The seamstress was gonna charge me $550 for the alterations, so I decided I'm gonna do half of the alterations myself, so I only paid $250 for that.
Oh, wait a minute. Are they out here performing? They perform for their wedding guests to save on entertainment. All right. Okay, listen. I believe in being fiscally responsible, but I'm not living like this. Yesterday we did van life. Today they saving on their wedding. I'm not like this. I can't do it. I'm not performing for y'all at my wedding. I'm not performing for my guests. I'd rather just have a small wedding with no guests.
Or why do you have to have a performance? I don't understand.
I want to pay for a wedding band, so we're going to be our own wedding band. I started learning the electric bass, and he plays the electric guitar.
She's gonna have to get some rhythm though. Oh, okay. Well, then do it then. She paid off her mom's $28,000 mortgage in 2020.
During the pandemic, my mom lost her job and she was laid off, so I decided to help her financially, and I made a 12-month plan to save money every month. So I penny pinched. I didn't buy anything basically. I would use coupons. Anything we buy for the house, I would buy on like Facebook Marketplace. It would be used.
Yo, she's out here grinding. Don't tell me that these women ain't out here working. She started doing she basically did the equivalent of Uber and DoorDash by dog walking. Just don't put no pit bulls in front of me.
I also did a lot of side hustles to try to add towards that savings. I did dog walking a lot. I signed up for checkings and savings accounts to get the bonuses. Just any way I can get money, I did it.
Did it then. I like that. She saved up $28,000 after all of this time between grinding, penny pinching, and hustling. I mean, she made the sacrifice now so that she can do what she wanted to do for the rest of her life, and now her mother ain't got to worry about it no more.
I learned that it was the best money I ever spent because it made my mom so happy. I would definitely do it again.
Let's see what the goals are. Plan to save up $27,000 for an emergency fund. She has $23,000. It's not bad, but I don't like the fact that they put a savings. They put it in a savings. That money don't work for you. It's just sitting there.
My next financial goal is definitely...
And why they doing the B-roll? Bro, that's the Apple Stocks app. Please, stop scrolling up and down like you're doing something.
Save up for a rental property, and then also building my emergency fund, and also making sure my mom can retire comfortably. I would say I'm pretty...
Oh, not in the mouth. I hate that. The dog is licking her in the mouth in slow motion. And then she gonna turn right around and kiss my man in the mouth.
On track to accomplish those goals.
Why do y'all get so close to y'all dogs to where y'all dogs lick y'all in the mouth? I don't understand that.
I would say I'm pretty on track to accomplish those goals. I recommend everyone to spend money helping out your loved ones or just gifting them things. I feel like that has brought me the most joy in my life, so I highly recommend anyone else do it.
No. Now that's the one thing that we got wrong on here. Susie Q, or whatever her name is, Kim Jong-un. We don't give money to people. I'm okay with you taking care of your mother, but at the same time, all of these family members and stuff, we're not giving money to them. So anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm going to review another content creator's finances or how it is that they view money, similar to how we did Dame Dash last week, to understand whether or not they're looking at things from a business perspective. Are you a businessman or are you a hustler? That's what we're doing. All right. What you about to do? Jesus. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Again, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm on your way out the door. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, the notification bell. And then last but not least, if you want to join the Patreon, link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And then if you need to kick it with me on a personal coaching call, I have my website launching this month. If you need to kick it with me, make sure you email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com and we're going to get you set up. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm always trying to add value into you and push you I want to push you to be the best version of yourself. I love y'all. Patriarchy live streaming tonight. Lapeef channel, the Lapeef Network. Make sure y'all subscribe to that. Subscribe to Fight Club. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Yeah.